In an explosive digital execution that sent radioactive shockwaves through corporate boardrooms from the opulent penthouses of New York to the sun-drenched estates of Miami, a devastating, highly confidential photograph leaked online, completely destroying the legendary billionaire illusion of the self-proclaimed music biggest boss. The entire hip-hop industry has just erupted into a state of absolute unmitigated shock. The pin of a social media grenade has been officially pulled by Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Music. He just released a psychological doomsday song that promises to completely destroy Rick Ross's multi-million-dollar enterprise. The streets are literally in a state of terror as the digital clock is running out. The ultimate luxury deception that has supported one of hip-hop's largest companies for 20 years is about to be totally eradicated from the culture within the next 24 hours. According to high-level sources, 50 Cent has acquired an unredacted, extremely private close-up photo. This visual weapon is so lethal that it dismantles the grandest boss illusion layer by layer, revealing a terrible underworld of fake luxury and shameful secrets. The released evidence demonstrates the unavoidably embarrassing fact that Rick Ross's famous handcrafted diamond necklaces, valued at millions of dollars, are wholly phony music, leaving a brilliant copper-green residue all around his neck. According to reports, Rick Ross is stranded behind locked doors and furiously shouting into his phone, telling his emergency legal defense team to clean up the internet before his multinational corporate supporters permanently leave. However, 50 Cent has already given the culture a terrifying, heartless statement. The presentation is officially over, Ricky Music. Your time is over, and the green neckerchiefs are permanently locked into the algorithm. We are dissecting the extremely sinister paper trail 50 Cent used to cause this historic exposure, the inner circle's secret messages, and the mind-bending first twist that indicates this historical warfare has just reached a point of no return. So don't blink, turn away, or skip a second of this video. To really comprehend the utterly devastating scope of the corporate destruction currently taking place in the music industry. In order to reveal the unadulterated, bleeding origins of this fabled struggle, we must utterly dismantle the historical archives. This isn't a planned marketing gimmick or a transient, informal social media trend meant to provide rapid streaming stats for the debut of a new album. You are currently witnessing the disastrous result of a vicious 15-year psychological war of attrition between Curtis 50 Cent Jackson and William Leonard Roberts II, Music, the man who painstakingly constructed an entire multi-million-dollar kingdom based on the inflated name of Rick Ross. These two titans of the business have been embroiled in a bitter, bloody struggle for more than 15 years, and the ultimate objective has never been to merely achieve a Billboard hit or top the worldwide streaming charts. No, the goal has always been far darker: music, the complete, unwavering eradication of the other man's reputation, dignity, and cultural heritage. Every senior insider in the entertainment sector was aware that this ticking time bomb would ultimately go off, and that one of these giants would use a weapon so poisonous that the other would be utterly destroyed in the eyes of the public. This pure hatred's dark beginnings can be traced back to a single, explosive event in 2008, a whole other period of the music industry, when street combat was only starting to give way to internet feud as the main battleground of rap conflict. Music. At the BET Hip Hop Awards, 50 Cent, who was at the pinnacle of his scary worldwide G-Unit supremacy at the time, allegedly shot Rick Ross a chilly, contemptuous glance that sparked a fire of extreme personal disdain. This marked the formal start of the battle. Driven by the enormous economic success of his early street songs, Ross quickly rose to prominence and saw this quiet rejection as an unacceptable public humiliation. In a few months, the dispute erupted when Ross produced songs that explicitly denigrated 50 Cent's financial empire and questioned his standing in the community. The Queen's rapper's reaction was quick, drastic, and historically disastrous. 50 Cent did more than simply head to a recording studio to deliver a counterattack. Rather, he sent top-tier private detectives to delve deeply into Florida's secret, locked archives. The hip-hop industry was completely rocked when he appeared with formal institutional checks, government employment documents, and background photos. As a former institutional prisons officer, the man who had established a whole musical empire on the rigid pretense of being a worldwide drug kingpin was made public. Music, in the strict credibility economy of the time, such an expose ought to have ended William Roberts' career in a day. The enormous weight of the public ridicule would have caused any other artist to permanently collapse. However, Rick Ross used an incredible psychological survival tactic. He was adamant about not folding. Rather, he doubled down on his opulent display and decided to totally outflex the truth. In order to totally obscure the biographical truth, he went out and bought the enormous 300-acre, 109-room mansion of boxing legend Evander Holyfield, proudly dubbed it the Promised Land, and flooded the digital landscape with an untouchable display of exotic cars, gold-plated aesthetics, and custom private jets. He effectively created the illusion of untouchable boss riches by persuading the world's audience to trust the presentation throughout history. However, 50 Cent continued to watch as Ross was occupied with celebrating his survival and showcasing his goods on social media. Slow-burning structure destruction is a specialty of Curtis Jackson. Music, he knows with clinical precision that a multi-million-dollar chain is more than simply an upscale fashion statement in hip-hop. It is the ultimate form of credibility, a tangible bank account, and evidence of street authority. The boss grows with the size of the chain. 50 Cent was aware that Ross's obsession with jewels was his greatest weakness and a vulnerable facade. Music, 50 Cent strategically filed for bankruptcy protection within 3 days of being hit with a massive $5 million court verdict in 2015 over a highly personalized sex tape scandal, using the corporate legal system as a tactical shield to protect his real assets, while evolving into a multi-million-dollar television and film mogul totally independent of the rap music market. While keeping an eye on every financial move Ross made, he surreptitiously established an impenetrable television empire, waiting for the ideal opportunity to launch an attack that would gradually destroy the boss persona. This brings us straight to the horrifying reality of the current green net crisis, an exposure so deep that it makes their previous disputes seem insignificant. It also formally sets the stage for the disastrous 24-hour countdown that has just brought the entire hip-hop industry to its knees. At precisely 2:14 a.m., the absolute structural horror started to flash over insider networks. The Eastern Standard Time yesterday morning, demolishing the last vestiges of corporate secrecy. You must picture the precise location where the illusion of affluence was destroyed in order to really comprehend how masterfully and brutally planned this attack actually is. Miami, Florida's ultra-exclusive luxury nightclub's high-security VIP backstage lounge. High-level venue security staff who saw the entire event in action leaked extremely specific information on Rick Ross's high-stakes after-party, which was attended by major fashion brand managers, corporate executives, and well-known foreign investors. The display of extraordinary luxury permeated the mood. Music, Ross was sporting his most famous custom-made heavy gold Cuban link chain, which his brand had said was worth an astounding $750,000. The cameras were constantly flashing, and the powerful strobe lighting in the VIP room was blinding, creating sharp reflections off the jewelry. The room's temperature abruptly altered. Witnesses claim that a well-known independent photographer who was intimately associated with the Genet Media Network was able to get past the main security checks by using a specialized high-intensity, music, forensic macro lens camera. The photographer took a succession of ultra-high-definition close-ups of the rapper's neckline as Ross leaned back against the leather lounge seating, perspiring heavily from the intense heat of the interior stage lights and the weight of the enormous neckpiece. The photographer left the location in a matter of minutes, sending the uncompressed image data straight to a secure digital server. What the high-definition cameras caught was nothing less than a disaster for public relations. A dark, bright, neon green ring of oxidized copper chemical residue was seeping straight into Rick Ross's epidermis beneath. Music, the gold-plated shell of the enormous links. A chemical reaction known as copper oxidation had been fully set off by the extreme heat and perspiration, which is technically impossible if the jewelry is composed of solid, high-purity gold. It was the distinctive, unmistakable mark of inexpensive, gold-plated metal purchased from a street seller. Even while the actual visual exposure was startling, Maybach Music Group's genuine corporate horror film was only getting started. The hip-hop community's internet infrastructure fully collapsed less than 2 hours after the shot was taken. The unredacted close-up picture of the green neckline and a number of extremely sensitive internal financial bills from a private diamond supplier were posted by 50 Cent on his primary social media account, Music. Beneath the documents that had been released, there was a caption that was full of ruthless hate. "Ricky, the boss's aura has suddenly turned copper. Boy, take a look at your neck. You can't even afford genuine gold to prevent your skin from turning green, even if you're rapping about millions and purchasing enormous houses." Music. Officer Ricky, the receipts from the jewelry business are truthful. The presentation is finished. Pack it up. Ross's public image suffered greatly as a result of the leaked receipts. They included internal production dockets from a private jewelry lab that described an order that Ross's logistics staff had made under a blind corporate shell firm. The records unequivocally demonstrated that the famous item was not made of solid precious metal. It was a skeleton made of industrial brass alloy covered in a thin coating of real gold leaf. The hidden invoice showed a total production cost of just $1,200. The multi-million-dollar jewelry asset portfolio Ross frequently talked about was a false, cost-effective mirage intended to mislead the world's population, as the leak fully revealed. Insiders characterized the emotional repercussions inside Rick Ross's personal inner circle as nothing less of complete devastation. About 5:30 a.m. The M confirmed screenshots of an encrypted corporate WhatsApp group discussion called MMG Executive Music Boardroom were disclosed by an unknown Telegram whistleblower account. As the reality of 50 Cent's strike sunk in, the text messages depicted a horrifying image of pure music, unadulterated dread, and internal business horror. According to the leaked transcripts, Music, Ross was allegedly going on an uncontrollably angry rampage inside his mansion, yelling in all capital letters, demanding to know who permitted that camera angle, and telling the legal team to immediately shut down the media servers before the executives of the liquor brand froze the distribution payouts. Ross went completely out of bounds when his chief legal counsel responded that a standard cease and desist cannot remove a picture that 50 Cent has actively hosted under a protected framework. He then ordered his team to make the jeweler sign a false affidavit claiming the piece was genuine gold, failing which the entire brand would be shut down. According to the stolen conversations, Ross was threatening to fire his whole team, hurling expensive iPhones against marble walls, and recognizing that the entire multi-decade fantasy of the impenetrable brand was being methodically destroyed in front of millions of fervent internet admirers. However, the world's leading corporate attorneys are utterly stunned by the first mind-bending twist that occurs at the height of the pandemonium. Investigative journalists and forensic accountants found a secret element that transformed the entire celebrity controversy into a literal psychological drama when they started closely examining the company shell name mentioned on the leaked jewelry. Wholesale invoices. Saving money for a music video shoot was not the only reason for ordering the phony gold-plated brass necklace. It turns out that Rick Ross's genuine solid gold necklace set with diamonds had been reported stolen to a big international luxury insurance company precisely 6 months earlier. As a result, his corporate estate received a huge $750,000 insurance claim. To ensure that no one would notice the missing original piece, a covert duplicate brass chain was made to replace the stolen item during public appearances. 50 Cent exposed more than just a phony piece of jewelry when he revealed that the chain now around Ross's neck was a cheap, green-turning fake. He unintentionally provided federal authorities with hard proof of a large-scale, high-level insurance fraud scheme that might result in criminal charges right away. There was more to Rick Ross's decline in street credibility. He was deliberately entering a legal trap where his whole freedom was at jeopardy and things were about to grow much riskier. The digital world did not just break apart. At precisely 1:15 p.m., it experienced a full and comprehensive structural collapse. The M. 50 Cent went online on his main network yesterday afternoon. He was neither transmitting from the rear of an opulent armored vehicle, Nor was he seated in a typical studio. Rather, he was broadcasting straight from a premier luxury asset liquidation company's safe vault room. As the G-Unit billionaire displayed a hefty, notarized folder of company purchase contracts, more than 2 million concurrent viewers watched in utter dread. While pouring a glass of opulent cognac and laughing uncontrollably, he glanced directly into the camera and released the second most disastrous twist, music, in the whole story. He said that 3 weeks prior, his media group had discreetly completed a full asset takeover of the same upscale Miami jewelry lab that produced Ross's gold-plated brass duplicate. There is more to 50 Cent than simply a leaked invoice. He actually controls the manufacturing business, the master molds, and the digital server logs that list every single fake item that Maybach Music Group has ever bought. Music. He declared that these forensic manufacturing dockets had been automatically routed to the primary insurance underwriters by his legal team, initiating a high-stakes corporate fraud audit that gives Ross precisely 24 hours before his international banking assets are frozen for felony misrepresentation and grand larceny. The internet saw a complete algorithmic collapse in an instant. In only 3 hours, the hashtag #GreenNeckRicky went viral, tracking over 3 million frenzied, terrified posts. When people started sharing split-screen, hyper-magnified images of Ross's previous red carpet performances alongside forensic shards of copper oxidation, the internet went utterly crazy. The story has entirely changed from a straightforward entertainment disagreement to an unparalleled online corporate execution. Prominent media pundits lost all authority over their shows. While going through the public court files on his live stream channel, DJ Academics was seen yelling that 50 Cent didn't merely win the beef, pounding his fists upon his desk and screaming at the top of his lungs. He is carrying out a public hanging of his millionaire image in real time, having physically purchased the precise instruments of the man's demise. There was complete fear as the fire swiftly extended to Ross's closest business associates. Music. In an attempt to step in, Meek Mill posted a desperate, combative response on his timeline, arguing that the green ring shot was nothing more than deepfake technology and corporate propaganda designed to undermine independent Black prosperity. However, 50 Cent responded in a matter of seconds, publicly demanding Meek to stop talking before disclosing the production invoices for his own collection of watches, which he claimed were created from recycled aluminum cans. 50 Cent was acting with complete clinical malice. Meek Mill removed the message off the internet in less than 60 seconds due to the extreme psychological fear, which sent a wave of utter quiet through the rest of the Maybach Music Group. The business pushback became utterly vicious by late evening. Fearing brand harm from a federal fraud probe, top-tier luxury beverage brands and international lifestyle corporations allegedly summoned emergency midnight board meetings to urgently stop their multi-million-dollar endorsement contracts with Ross. Global superstar Drake apparently posted a single laughing emoji on a big rap site before becoming radio quiet to preserve his own corporate affiliations. Even longtime hip-hop heavyweights entirely disappeared from his remarks' music. However, at precisely 11:45 p.m., a third horrifying piece of evidence surfaced via a confirmed whistleblower account on an encrypted Telegram channel, just as the audience believed the drama had reached its peak. An official federal courier car was parked right outside the huge iron gates of Rick Ross's main estate in Georgia, the Promised Land, according to a hazy, high-contrast picture. A close-up of a high-security officer accepting a large, sealed, heavy-duty manila package containing music was captured by the camera. Neither a commercial bank nor a 50-cent shell firm has the return address imprinted on the upper corner. It was owned by the Internal Revenue Service's Criminal Investigation Division. Federal investigators allegedly received more than just the insurance fraud data, according to the leaked text that goes with the picture. An emergency criminal audit that goes much beyond a chain of fake music has been aggressively started by them. Is the 300-acre Promiseland estate set to be seized by the federal government? That government package contains what horrifying evidence? The answers are going to alter everything, and the apocalyptic countdown clock is getting closer to zero. Every major social media network has become a volatile, high-octane war because to the scary speed at which this jewelry scandal is spreading, fully overwhelming the worldwide digital infrastructure. Millions of real accounts, verified industry executives, and worldwide news channels are all engaged in a state of severe psychological warfare. TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube comment sections